When I first heard it, I have to mirror what the others have said as well. It's really shocking to hear it, especially when many of us, we've been to Kansas City. We know that community, we know those people as well, and to think that Kansas City isn't that far from St. Louis or other areas, and something very tragic. And then also beyond that, it gives us an opportunity to stand in solidarity with those people who have been attacked. Whenever there's a crime of hate done, it's our responsibility and our duty as all Americans to create a united front against it, so that way these types of crimes do not happen again.
And your organization stepped up immediately to unite and show support. Why is that so important, to act and act quickly?
It's vital to act quickly because when these types of attacks occurred, they not only affect those people who tragically lost their lives, but it affects all those people who are associated with that same race, religion, ethnicity, whatever it might be. And when one acts and one shows that we are in solidarity, it eases that fear, it eases that tension. It shows that as a community, we condemn this attack, but even beyond that, we condemn it, and we're gonna work to make sure this thing doesn't happen again in the future.
CAIR-St, I'm sure when you hear of hate crimes, people who have been the target of hate crimes, like we were saying before, it doesn't matter your race, your religion, your ethnicity, it affects you.
Right. And this is what makes hate crimes especially heinous, is that when the crime is done against one group or one individual, when it's a hate crime, it affects the entire group, all across the country, all across the world. That this crime that happened in Kansas City is affecting the members of the Jewish faith in California, in New York, everywhere they are. And as she mentioned, there probably wasn't a Seder that this wasn't discussed. And this is what makes the crime especially heinous as well. In Joplin, Missouri, we had just 2 years ago an entire Islamic center that was burned to the ground by Jebediah Stout. Again, when that happened, members of the Muslim community in America and even across the world, I remember our office would get calls from people all across the world asking what's going on in America, what's happening, are you people safe? Because this type of crime affects everybody that's part of that group. And that's why as a community and as a people, we have an obligation to stand out against it, to speak against it, and to work with our allies to make sure that this person and that group are not in mainstream, and they're always pushed to the fringes of society because that's where they belong.
On that note, I've got to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.